That was horrible.
Turn it up, Jado.
And what's up, everybody? I got 10:25 here on the East Coast at 10:14, October 14, 2025. I am Terradome. I'm here to give you the latest and the greatest as I see it, recapping what was week 6 and just the bitter disappointment of week 6. I'm just trying to get my bearing here, and we just might as well just get right on into it, man. Let's get to just what absolutely made me bonkers. It's one thing to lose a game. It's another thing to let's just look at it, and we'll make your comments as you see fit. Sharing my screen right here. Going to, where's my stuff at? Let me take it. Let me get the right stuff here. Where's my telestrator? I looked at this film last night and I was really put off, man. Really put off. And maybe that's why I probably should calm down and not even show this thing, but this really got me going, man. Let me minimize myself even more. Where am I at there? Well, you don't even need to see my or hear my voice. I'm gonna enlarge it. This right here. Let's start off first, man, without run blocking. We can go over the stats, but y'all know, just like I have, we just have not been good in the run. This play here was in the first quarter, 5:51 left, ball on the San Francisco 40, San Francisco 14. Looks like our basic stuff, condensed formation. Let's see how it goes down here, shall we? Ace backfield, we got motion to the strong side. That's Tongas, I believe, there. Followed by a little bit of fullback action. Look at that. Look at Dominic Pooney as he beats himself about the head. Because if we go back a little bit further, look at his effort as we slow it down and his man gets to the ball. He's supposed to come down. He's on a pull, as you see right here, where my little circles. He's on a pull, and his job is to kick out number 0 there. And 0 isn't a number; it's an integer nonetheless. Yaya Diaby. But let's look at the end result here. Slowing down, he just kind of trips, and hey, it happens. There it is. Too many times I'm seeing these offensive linemen do that. Let's look at it from down the end zone. His job, he's coming with boom or backside kick out. But who does he actually even kick out? Look at this. It's a counter tray, man. Look at him sliding on his knees like a kid with tough skins on back in 1978. That I am aging myself for y'all. Y'all don't even remember tough skins. Now, what are we looking at? We're looking at second quarter, second down, 4:21 to go. Ball on the San Francisco 41. Here we go. It doesn't even get started. It was a 2nd and 3. And I think we lost 2. think we lost to? Let's look at it. Keep your eyes on number 8, Sir Voshea Dennis. And number 43, Coswell. That's just totally whiffed. I think his assignment is a pin pull. That is one of our receiver there. Who is that? Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne just, I'd rather you not even tried, man. Thanks. It's over before it starts. It's over before it starts. Let's skip on ahead. Let's skip on ahead. Christian McCaffrey deep in the backfield. Power football, nowhere. Nada. We can't get off the bus. I think he took it from him too. Vita Vea had a game. Let's look at it from the end zone. This is third quarter, 1st and 10. That's how you get behind the sticks. Just get dominated. Look at Dominic Pooney. Look at him. Ain't getting ahead on nobody. He's supposed to help out and climb. Let me pause it. We're going to do what's called a combo. We're going to help out. Let me change colors here real quick. Combo block. You're helping out, and then you're climbing. Somebody's climbing to the second level because Juice is running interference. He's getting in the alley. We're going to get a little kick out, playing power football. This is I backfield. This is first day install. This is green left because the tight end is over on the left side, but our right is the defense. Green left. It's just power football. Climb, combo and climb. Look at what we do. Just whiffing. Look at Brendel. Always the best seat in the house there, George. Or Jake. Jake from Steak Farm. Let's look at some pass blocking, shall we? Got some motion. Coming back, call that easy motion. Can Max set up? Can Brock set up? Can anybody, can your favorite quarterback set up? Can he just set up for a little bit? Are we able to set up with him basically taking stride for stride, almost tracing the ball? I mean, just give me something. Give me something. Give me something. Just give me a pocket. Give me something so I can look downfield, see some receivers, and make some decisions. But now, let's look. Condensed look. We call it Aggie. Single back set. Look, pushing through. Look at Trent. Here's a picture I want y'all to see. Why do I have 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive linemen watching the quarterback with only 2 people? I had a 2-to-1 ratio on the win rate, right? Is everybody understanding? 2-to-1 ratio on the win rate. Job ain't get done. Job ain't get done. Let's keep moving. This is a 3rd and 7. Max running, ducking, and dodging. He's down on the ground yet again, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to take your eyes and feast upon Dominic Pooney here. You call yourself a professional guard, right guard in the National Football League. I know Vita Vea's a beast. Hey, yeah, he big guy, big, strong, all those good things. Look at this. Look at where he's at. Look at his butt. Look at these guys. Turn around. We're watching. Let's see how he gets out of this one, Batman. Is that what we're here for? On defense, I was on somebody's podcast. Let me take a little break. Hold on. Let me get back with y'all real. Hold on. Let me remove it for just a second. I'm back. I ain't even looking the chat yet. How everybody doing? Hey, October 14th. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. Jerry Rice's birthday was yesterday. Jerry and Steve Young's a day or two before that. I am so sorry that y'all had to witness this. Dude, shout out to my man Fred Warner. In the battle, man, people get scarred, people get wounded, it happens. It is leaders, it's squad leaders, section sergeants. It happens. And even on that, I got a particular bone to pick with that. But this really disappointed me, y'all. A lot of this was just avoidable. So a lot of this is chickens that have come home to roost. I've been saying since the 2021-22 draft, you gotta get talent up front. You gotta make offensive line a premium. You can't just keep going through quarterbacks and hoping the best. And Chris Forrester and some of y'all, God bless him. Y'all love him. He talked real good. He's a nice guy. He has redeemed himself from his habits and all of that. But that crap there, who's responsible? You're putting that out? That's what's hot in the streets? I'm going to get on the defensive side right now. I made not one, but two videos. If Red Jet Shell is on with me, I got up Saturday morning, ain't had nothing else to do, and I started looking at Egbuka and looking back at all of their games and looking back how they're getting these big numbers. And the main thing I said was a lot of their safeties is just getting burnt. They turn in the wrong way. They ain't playing safety. Wide is the widest, deep is the deepest. They're not on their ski. They're not on their square. That's the main thing I said. We can't mess around with these safeties this week. And then I think I was on either John Chapman or maybe Brad Graham. I don't know where I was, but one of them broke the news that, hey, Mustafa's going to be back. And I think they're going to throw in Jair Brown and some other safeties. I said, this ain't the week. This ain't the week for that. You need Pinnock, a true free safety. And I'd like Siegel back there because he's coming along. These mugs went on putting Mustafa back deep. And I think I seen Jair Brown. That's who I circled in your what you call. All right. There's a saying out there called FAFO. This kid lives for safeties, not picking stuff up. Or in the secondary, you get confusion in the secondary. Maybe some of it was the fact Fred Warner's not here, and you got a Mike linebacker out wide. You got the strength of number one covering the number one receiver, but you got short motion coming over. The rules will change based on how far he gets. If he gets over a little bit more, now you lock up to number one on that, or go banjo or whatever the hell you got to do. But you're playing deep. You got deep safety. Halves. Wide is the widest, deep is the deepest. Look at this. Party all night long, y'all. Party all night long. Nothing over the top, confusion. We were in this game at this. I think this is a 1-point game at this time. 1-point game. You in it to win it. They tried to blitz with the little Uptown's kicking it, Uptown Stout from the other side. But dude, same thing happens in here. And now we're a touchdown down. We need to stop. The thing we can't have is another touchdown, but oh no. Let me ask y'all something. You playing safety. And my daggone telestrator just is locking up a little bit on me. What's the rule? Wide is the widest. Deep is the deepest. What's he doing? What's he looking at? What's Jair Brown doing? Hey, did you notice? Are we now wide as the wide? Are we as deep as the deepest? Y'all say if he's even, he's leaving. If he behind you, think of something catchy. I don't know. Look at this. If we're gonna give it to him, y'all, just don't let us buy tickets, hotel accommodation, road rush. Don't go anywhere and spend your money on an inferior product, and you putting this out here. You really put this out here. Hey, I realize things happen, but dude, you got to play safety. Here's the turning point, y'all. 3rd and 15. We are in this ball game. Ball on the 40. You covering. You getting pressure. Whoops. We got 1-on-1. Strong safety and Baker Mayfield. That is not Lamar. That is not Randall Cunningham. That is not Michael Vick. Conversion on 3rd and 15. When you had him in the backfield, had leverage coming down on him. Nothing. Hard stuff to swallow. Pause. With these slippery types, man, your vision is all. What do I always say? Eyes to thighs, squeeze the knees. We want to get our eyes to the level of his thighs. It's usually about his hips, but at least be at his hips, because a man can do whatever he wants to with his back. You can bend approximately some people can bend 90 degrees. You can bend all the way over. You can bend all the way back. Your shoulders can move, but unless you can do some amazing yogi kudu stuff, those hips can't move in an instant like that to fake you out. Where are we looking? Is he looking? Where are my good lines at? Hold on. I don't want to be wrong. Is his pitch here? Because it should be here. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Should be on his hips. That's where it should be. But what are we looking at? Squirrel out of that's that Russell Wilson type. All right. Up to Stout's coming downfield. It's coming downhill. The way you have to open field tackle is you break down and eat up space, shuffling towards him with short shuffles. Don't let him make the decision first. You make him make up decision. You eat up space towards him and just eyes to thighs and squeeze the knees. And as you're shuffling, as he's doing this little, triple D, triple OG, Allen Iverson trying to fake out, you eat up the space. You eat up the space with chopping. It's chopping your feet, but eating up space while you chop. Next, pick a side. You're either attacking outside in or inside out. The thing you don't want to do is just be in no man's land here. It's saying, well, I think I'll let him figure it all out. Now you're grabbing and reaching. Renato Green, around here, we squeeze knees. You don't just throw a shoulder into it. That was a nice little shoulder, but dude, they bounce off of that. He went with the flying shoulder block, made famous by Dusty Rhodes and his son. I think they call it the lariat. First down and conversion. 2 plays later was the dagger. A lot of y'all don't know this, or maybe you do. Years ago when I was a little boy, I used to go to see the Harlem Globetrotters. And they would travel with a team called the Washington Generals. Y'all don't know nobody from the Washington Generals. And they signed up night after night to basically get humiliated and run out of the park, run out of the court by the Harlem Globetrotters. They had some great music called Sweet Georgia Brown used to come on, and they used to just dog the Washington Generals. I don't think I'd never seen the Washington Generals win. But you knew the names of Meadowlark Lemon, Curly Neal. You knew the great names of Sweet Lou Dunbar. Even Wilton Still Chamberlain played for the Harlem Globetrotters at one time. But they would always have those Washington Generals out there, and they would do the same antics and tricks. My dad told me, man, that's the same thing they used to do when I used to go see him when I was a little boy. Yeah. Did he have that confetti? And I said, yeah, I thought it was going to be water. Yeah, they do that. Yeah. When when you out here and just letting other professionals be a star on you and just not even engaging in the principles that are our game, just day one installs. Hey, somebody got paid. Somebody got paid. I know what I put out last week. I showed you how those safeties was blowing it. It was not the time to mess with those safeties. I know I get online and tell you the importance of the offensive line. I know I do. But if you continue to do things the same way, what is that called? In hoping for a different result, what is that called? What's that definition? Y'all tell me. I don't know. It was sad. It was a bitter disappointment, and capped off by the fact second quarter, 7 minutes, 48 seconds, I believe. We lose a Hall of Famer. Let me be the first one to say the man going to the Hall of Fame one day. Fred Warner, our leader. Y'all might have noticed the thumbnail. And I would clip it up for you, but I ain't gonna run the play. It was bad. But do you know one thing I noticed on the play? We ain't have but 10 men on the field. Go back and look at it. Somebody's gonna talk about it. We were missing the defensive end out there on the field. And to compensate for that, we had people flying around and maybe doing some things they wouldn't necessarily have to, contributing directly to chance. It's no, I ain't gonna say it's nobody's fault because again, the human knee and ankle weren't made for large men to be flying around and diving around at about a 2-foot level and falling around at about a 2-foot level while you're engaged and not looking and whipping you from behind. And that's what happened. But we had 10 men on the field. Ty Austin, 10 men on the field had nothing to do with Fred's injury. An injury can happen at any time. Yes. That's why I didn't say, I ain't saying nobody's fault. But what I am, and my argument is this, Ty Austin. There were rudimentary things happening that shouldn't have happened. How do you not have enough men on the field is what I'm saying. And when you do that, you will either find a void against you or somebody's going to do something Herculean to try to compensate for the fact that you ain't got 10 men on the field. That's my point. And, take the contrarian attitude all you want, but, my whole point is this, man. We just weren't prepared, and that was a crap effort, and that was horrible. It was just horrible. It was just horrible. We got soul searching to do, and we got to figure out some ways to do some things. Have some conversations with yourself in the mirror because we still got, 11 more games to go. We can turn around and tank it and say, we ain't got this and we ain't got that. Or we can look at ourselves and say, hey, it's time to go and get it on. You lost 2. Let's go back and win them 2. I said 11-6 at the beginning of the year. I still stick by it until I improve mathematically Wrong. It's 11 wins out there. We got 4. It's 7 more out there. Ironically, it's 11 more games to be played. So let's get out there and do it. Let's get out there and do it. Yeah. If you want to go over to the other podcast, there are several of them who are taking the Dr. Kevorkian modus operandi and out here doing it. Tamara Jones is here. Hey, Tamara's in the house. Thank you so much, Tamara. Tamara's my 500th. She's doing some wonderful things, man. Thanks, Miss Tamara. You caught me on a not so positive day. I'm normally so engaged, but yeah, yeah, we got things to do. It's not time to sell the team off and we're never gonna win and the sky is falling. It's time to man up. It's time to man up. It's time to get it done. The battle don't stop when somebody go down. It simply doesn't. You have to mourn over the loss and pray over him. Hope he all right. Fred ain't dead. That's a Curtis Mayfield. Terrible injury, man. Lost for the year and only 3 tackles, I think, away from being the all-time tackling leader for the San Francisco 49ers. I thought we was gonna stop the game or something in the first half, but you know, man plans, God laughs. Hard loss, a leader, a true leader, a warrior. You know, if he was down on that field, I knew it had to be bad. Just judging from how the guys reacted as soon as they saw it and heard it, and when they gesture over to bring the docs and the trainers, yeah, it's one of them. But when I look back at that effort, when I look back at the Dominic Pooney and Jake Brendel and receivers missing this, running the wrong routes, and then on the sideline fighting, or not fighting, but in what we call close fellowship about, I don't know. I ain't gonna speculate. I think the man wanted more touches. He got 3. I don't know. Jauan Jennings, who I will give the benefit of the doubt. That's another thing I do. These my guys. I roll with them. We'll fight today. We'll talk about it later. But these just my guys. So I'm just gonna have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Jauan Jennings has been there, 3rd and Jauan for us so many times. I know he wanted more money. Sometimes your incentives are locked into your catches. And he's out there giving heart and soul. Some people say he lied about 5 broken ribs. I don't know if he lying or not. No, I'm gonna get him benefit. No, the man, if the man got 5 cracked ribs and he said he did, I think he do. I think he do. And he's sacrificing and he want to rock. I gotta have a receiver that want to rock. I do not want a receiver to say, "Oh, please don't throw it to me." You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Terradome, we walk by faith and not by sight. Yes. And there's another one that says faith without works is dead. Let me break that one down to you. Open your Bibles. Faith without works is dead. We can have all the faith in the world and sit and and pray and not say nothing to nobody else, not do nothing, not put no effort for it, not study to show thyself approved, a workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You can have all the faith. Just say, oh Lord, just drop the winds on me and just do that. But if it does not have the work, it is dead. It is dead. The faith must have the works. Is everybody understanding what I'm saying to you this morning? You have to put in the work. And if you're going to put in that work, do it as unto the Lord. Make it your premium, make it your best, make it your absolute splendid effort as unto the Lord. That's what I'm all about. So it's some work that need to be done here. I don't know if you got to hit 7-man sleds. I don't know if you got to get in the weight room. I don't know if you got to melt it off in the sauna. Dominic Pooney looking a little heavy. I've been saying it all year. Jake Brendel, you ain't strong enough. Squat rack. Chris Forrester, I don't see no 7-man sled out there. You ain't a real offensive line unless you're hitting the 7-man sled. I done played offensive line. No, man. You ain't getting it. And this whole thing with you saying, well, I'd rather get a skill position guy than good lineman. You know, I'm with Kyle. I'd rather go ahead and do that because I got you on wax, yo. Or, you know, if that's a little too urban for everybody, you're on record saying, I'd rather, and I agree with Kyle, let's get these skill positions rather than outstanding top first round picks at offensive line, because I can do a lot more with a guy like this. I'd rather get players who touch the ball. That's the quote. Debate me if you must. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't. And all I see is regression from Pooney. I don't see you holding people to the fire for missing blocks, saying golly geez, smacking their heads, falling down, dominating. How is it that I have the offensive player of the year 2020? Was it 23 or 24? I think it was 23. 2023 offensive player of the year. And rushing, he ain't getting but 2 yards a carry. Y'all tell me what it is. How are both my quarterbacks, regardless of who you think, oh, well, this one throw it better. He taller. He wear a nice suit. Whatever. They injured. They injured. They banged up. They ain't got enough time to throw the doggone ball. Sometimes they're errant. Yours will be too if you ain't got clean pockets. Now, I will say Brock covers things a little bit more than Mac can. He's covered up a lot of deficiencies that we didn't really see until last week. You ain't really see it because, you know, Brock running around like chicken with his head cut off and stuff like that, spinning out and stuff. And while the naysayer and the novice is looking at that is, dang, what are you getting out there for? Dang, you know, he holding the ball too long. He doing. Maybe it's a reason he's having to do a little bit. Because if you traditionally stop in set back, your back foot hit and you throw it to the break, you know, maybe you eating a Vita Vea salad. That's all I'm saying. Retro Gamer, shout out Retro Gamer. How you doing today? The loss sucks, but what hurts more is Fred being out for the entire season. It's a killer. It is, man, because Fred is one of those you count on day in and day out. He is a stalwart. He is a leader. He's inspirational. He's an example. He's a leader. Like I said, he's gonna wear a gold jacket one day. But these things happen, man. These things happen. It's compounded by Nick Bosa not being there as well. But you have to go on. They're not gonna stop your schedule. They're not gonna handicap you points like a golf game or something because you don't have Fred. You're expected to show, and you're expected to show brilliantly, and you're expected to perform even greater. You got to teach them up, learn them up quick, use what you got, and get what you want. That's simply what we have to do. I'm okay though. All right, I'm glad. Red Jet Shell says, I will be at the game, Terradome, because this Sunday is coming up faster than the Blue Angels landing. And triple word score for that, triple word play, because her name is Jet, and she brought up the Blue Angels who fly jets. So she gets that as well. Papa J is in the building. We are running our players to the ground. Then we put in inexperienced players and wonder why we lose. That is insane, delusional, and irresponsible. Yeah, you got to play who you got. The only thing you can really bet on, or I don't want to say bet on, but it's different when we're getting the soft tissue owies and a little bruised up and banked up. When you get those catastrophic injuries, and make no mistake, I saw Fred's leg when it happened first aired. And if y'all watched it on the national broadcast, they didn't even want to air it twice. It's more of a and I'll have Dr. Desi. It looked really similar to that of Trey Lance. It happened to Trey Lance like that, with that ankle, the lower leg around like that, disfigurement, what we call obvious deformity. And those things happen, man. Coach Jarvis would always say, don't ever stand around a crowd, watch your legs, be ready to jump, be nimble. It just comes. It does. But those soft tissue injuries, like my hamstring hurt. I don't know about this, that man, my back hurt, my feet hurt. I got Cohen's, I'm late for work. Remember the double Dutch bus? But that can be prevented. That is cold tub, hot tub. That is stretching. That is static stretching versus dynamic stretching, which I had the wonderful coach Desi on. I will probably be on. No, I'm working tonight. So I will see if I can bring her on. Maybe we can talk about it Thursday. Yeah, we'll try to talk about it Thursday. But yeah, man, I didn't like the effort, and I didn't like him messing with those safeties, man. Where was Pennick? Don't try to change something new. It's like when you're about to do the best thing, when you're about to give a performance, and it's got to be your number 1A performance. Don't change guitars. Don't change your trumpet, whatever you're about to do, your piano. Play with what you've been playing with what is worked. Don't get out here and get cute, because hey, Mustafa's back. Mustafa is a box guy. That's his strong suit. He's a box guy. He is a thumper, and he'll come downhill on you. You got to have, when Egbuka was coming to town and Baker Mayfield is throwing for those big numbers, I showed y'all definitively he was burning safeties. He's burning deep safeties. You need a good deep safety, a free. Ain't gonna be, you ain't gonna get big hits. You ain't gonna, that what the NFL don't want. But you get smart, communicative coverage. And Jair Brown, Lord Jesus. Jair Brown. Jair Brown, man. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if they was trying to highlight him to put him on the block. I don't know what it was. Come on, man. Come on, work with me. Turdome, count me in Thursday. If you have no one else, I'm scheduled to be on with Wolfie, man. He gonna gloat because he won the pick. Them daggone Kansas City Chiefs beat. Who did they beat? He had the Chiefs. Did I have the Chiefs or did he have the Chiefs? I took the Lions. He took the Chiefs. Dang. And he beat me. Dang. That's first time. Well, second time. So I'm 4-2. Just like that. I am not giving up to Wolfie. I'm 4-2. You had a bad week. 4-2. You're probably right about that, Ty Austin. I'm sure Ty Austin is. Ty Austin can be right. Never mind. All good. I saw you on Nothing Bananas, but I was busy last night. I was at work. You was on with Mike. What Mike said? I know Mike got something good to say. Go ahead, drop it in there. Jair is slow. He takes bad angles to the ball. He does. He is. I had a lot of promise for him as a rookie. He was okay, but he's a box guy. Y'all know my number one draft crush was Makuba coming out of Texas because he's a free, and even he got beat last week. He's playing for the Eagles. He got beat 2 weeks ago by Baker and them. They get rocked to sleep, and the guy just snuck by him, but he was at least in the mix. It went over his outstretched hands and won't. Man, I just forgot the assignment. I ain't bring my homework. I'd rather you have bad homework than no homework at all. Wide is the widest, deep is the deepest. Coverage. He's saying facts. Retro Gamer 7. Shout out Retro Game out here. He's heavily involved in the chat. What else I got here? I got 16 of y'all in the chat. Maybe some more of y'all on Twitch. I'm on Twitch today. I didn't hit the Instagram button because Instagram wants I don't know, they get a little involved with the Instagram when you try to get on. I don't know what they want. They be wanting a little much. The key, I gotta do too much digging for that. I like just hit the buttons and go. Hit the buttons and go. It was Ty Austin. Mike is good, and Mike is a real one. Yes, I was on with Mike Andrews 24 hours before the Super Bowl live. We did the 24-hour live show. And I was on for about 20 of them. He don't want to give me credit, but I was down with the man. Mike's the old man on the mountain. He's set in his ways and good at what he does. Oh, effer. Yeah. He is that. And he's a bit of a contrarian, and he sees it different. And, he capes up for the mediocre. Breaking news. The 24-hour show was pulled from YouTube. Shaking my head here. So it's all good. Hey, we did it though. I know what went down. So it's how we do. Let me see here. What that sucks, Red Jet Chill. Yes, Red Jet Chill is bringing up the history of the YouTube antics. It's all good. Watched Atlanta last night. That daggone Bijan Robinson ran for 170 yards. He added an additional 68 receiving. We're going to have our hands full next week. Bijan Robinson and Mr. Penix and the Atlanta Falcons, they upset the Buffalo Bills, and you know how good the Buffalo Bills are. Josh Allen looked pedestrian last night. I ain't look at the all 22s, but I got to see what they did to slow down that game. And I think he won't, but I'm pretty sure he was under 60%. I could look up the stats real quick if y'all would just entertain me for a little bit. And we'll get to a little news via Twitter, via the Twitters. Let me pull that up. Yeah, man, they made Josh Allen look like that. And congratulations to the Chicago Bears. They didn't help my picks either. They beat the Washington Commanders. Yes, it was a tough break. It started raining out there. My man on the handoff for the go-ahead. No, they were ahead 24-22. Midfield. Handoff. The ball squirts out. Pause. Killing the drive, giving Washington giving the Chicago Bears a short field. And guess who went 3 for 3? I think maybe 4 for 4 with the game winner last night. Daggone Jake Moody. Shout out Jake Moody. Jake Moody hit the kick. I was betting against him all night. I mean, not really laying any action, man, but just saying, oh, he's gonna be Moody. But he a little different with the C on his head. So hey, shout out Jake Moody. He came through for him. Hey, it was what it was. Raheem Mostert and Jeff Ulbrich are good defensive coaches. Yes, they are. And that daggone Bijan is a beast. Bijan coming with it. I didn't think he was that big. He's 6'2", 217. I remember him being smaller, but I don't know. He went and packed on some size and cut up. Bills versus Falcons. Box. Let me look at the box score. Yeah. They played October 30th. Shout out Jerry Rice's birthday, October 13th. The great one. The GOAT. Arguably the best player ever to play in the National Football League. Yeah, Josh Allen was 15 of 26 for 180. He didn't go but 6.9 per attempt. 2 tutties, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. They was dialing it on up. A quarterback rating of 18.7 and a passer rating of 72. Conversely, Pennick went 97 as a passer rating, and they had but a 33 QBR, but 20 or 32 for 250 can get you in there like swimwear. Bijan Robinson, 19 carries, 170 yards, and a touchdown, one of which he broke off for 81 yards. Leading receiver was Drake London. He was targeted 16 times, brought in 10 receptions for 158. That's 15.8 per reception and a tutty. And they used Bijan a lot. And Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts had 4 targets, which was decent for him, but he didn't have an 18. Kyle Pitts, he's Kyle Pitts Senior now. He must have had a little junior. Congratulations to him. He's not the big time guy I thought he was. I was thinking he was gonna have more of the career, more of the start that you would see in a Brock Bowers. I really did. He was a very highly touted guy coming out of college, and it could be a number of things. System, who's throwing you the ball and whatever, what have you. But I thought he was going to be a lot more. Getting down on defense for Atlanta, leading all tacklers was Mike Hughes, number 21, D. Alford. I don't even know any of these guys. Jesse Bates III had 5 tackles, none for loss, and a quarterback. Did he have a quarterback? No quarterback hit. And Jesse Bates stands out to me. He wears number 3, and I had looked at him against Tampa Bay, and he was out here doing the safety struggle bus. Uh, I, and I'm telling you to a man, I said it on Saturday morning. Look, our deep safeties have got to play good, sound, top down ball. Don't mess around. I don't know what they're seeing. I keep on looking back at the film, and I don't get, because in the vertical stretch, Kyle will put in that little crosser, that bang eight. He'll put in that bang eight and sneak the guy by you. But they're not really doing that. He just, I don't know, they lose proprioception or something in their back end and just get rocked to sleep. I gotta find out what it is that they're looking at that's pulling them out of position, pulling them out of the correct posture, pulling them out of the correct pitch and attitude. That means, you know, how your hips are turned. They'll just turn their back on, oh well. And meanwhile, the guy going up the sideline, dude. What are y'all doing? Let's see what else I got. Ellison Burley's out here. When you turn the ball over 3 times, you kill yourself against any team. Tough loss yesterday, man. Tough loss. Tough loss. I had y'all winning that one, man, but you got Jake Moody. Oh, dang, that hurt double. It hurt me just as much as it hurt you, E. And I seen Moody out there. I'm like, oh, come on, Moody kicking. I felt like Johnny in the Karate Kid when you've been messing with Danny LaRussa for all this time, and now this dude come in and won the championship, the All Valley Championship at karate, because Mr. Miyagi fixed him, you know. And that game for Atlanta and Buffalo finished up 24-14. Atlanta jumped out early with 14 in the first quarter, added a touchdown in the second, and cruised that thing a little bit, and then a kick at the end just to put the icing on the cake. They played good ball. Like I said, it was 2 turnovers for Josh. And did they fumble any? I don't see any fumbles. I don't see any fumbleias. Fumbledooski. No, he lost 2 fumbles. Man, Josh just, what did Josh do? Well, he fumbled twice. He didn't lose it. Okay, he didn't lose it. But those 2 interceptions, man, that's the name of the game. Don't get them picks. Don't get the picks. And shout out Mac Jones. He took a pick early. Kendrick Bourne, man, he'll be spacey. He one of them types that, you know, he gonna give you some good catches, but Kendrick will just we call them like ADD guys. They just space every now and again. They just a fly will come up and they'll just forget. Oh, dang, I'm supposed to run that all the way out, right? He broke it off and came back in, but he redeemed himself, man. He had a big day. But it's a lot to overcome when you're hitting that ground, when you're getting pressured, and that offensive line, and you're not running the ball. It makes it. I don't know if that's the play design. I don't know if we've given up and we're just only gonna try to run it 20 times and throw it 38. More and more, it seems like that's what we're prescribing to do. We're gonna use Christian McCaffrey more as the long handoff, as Bill Walsh would say, on a high percentage, split them out wide, use them in the swing, use them in the Texas routes, maybe a couple of shoot routes, check and goes, and get him his touches that way, because he's getting all-purpose yards, but it's not the traditional sense of how we have come to know the San Francisco 49ers as being this run heavy threat team and then taking our shots as it dictates, because the defense is so respectful of our run game. So, you know, maybe it's it's some growing pains there, but the principle is the principle, y'all. Blocking and tackling. Deep safeties, deep is the deepest, wide is the widest. Linebacker scraping and moving, scoop block, combo, touch him, and get to, as Wayne Gretzky would say, don't go to where he's at, go to where he's going. You know the play. You know it's the horizontal stretch. You know it's the outside zone read. The linebacker ain't going to be where he was at the 20 technique, the 10 technique, the 15, or the 10, the 20, or the 50. He's going to move based on either motion or how that runner is. And you got to go beat him to the spot or meet him at the spot. Don't beat me there, meet me there. Latch on, don't hold, and drive the SOB where you want to go. We just, I don't know, man. Pooney just had a booty game. Pooney booty. I ain't even mean to make that up. Y'all can take that one with you. That's a throwaway move. Take that one with you. Let me see PFF. Because PFF be lying. And I love PFF, but y'all out here perpetrating, man. They had Brindle as the top center in the game. Like, what is PFF doing? PFF, you're high, dude. Let's see. Position offense. Still got Trent Williams at 78.5. Colton McKinney at a 74. Brindle's at a 69.1. Dominic Pooney took a definite dip. He's at 57 now, 46th among 79 offensive guards. And I think that was liberal. I think that's very, very liberal. That was super liberal. They're giving him a little too much on that one. Because he had a penalty. Usually they grade harder on a penalty. We had a 4th in inches, and our job is to make them jump and get the cheap, conversion. Here he done false started. I'm like, oh, I know he gonna score 2, but they didn't. Ty Austin, not a big fan. PFF is pro football foolishness to Ty Austin. Okay, Ty, you know how you feel. Ty, the more reason to have an I formation or a split back formation. I is green, split back is red, offset blue, and that slice concept with the wing, I call that yellow. It's nowhere I've seen it, but it's becoming more favorable. Single back is an ace, but we got to do something, man. I just didn't like the effort or the strategy. I definitely didn't like the outcome. I understand emotionally it takes a lot out of you when you have greatness get injured so gruesomely, but come on, we got to do better than this. Anyway, that's an hour and 3 minutes. This is my time today, ladies and gentlemen. I got it all off my chest. I want to thank y'all so much for having me being my sounding board for my rant. It was a tough pill to swallow. Pause. The buck definitely stopped there. And hey, we was like the Washington Generals out there letting Baker Mayfield do what we knew he was going to do. And, he might have launched his MVP candidacy on us. And you never want to be that team, Oh, yeah. It was a national televised game. Weren't a lot of games going on other than us. And everybody, a lot of people saw it. And what they see, people get, what you put on film, people adjust themselves to look at you, respect you, and go at you like that. When they see Dominic Pooney get housed, ran over, butt on the ground, and just manhandled, and son, I'm telling you, every tackle in the business is calling each other saying, man, if I don't get 4 sacks on this mug, this is just how it works. This is how it works. So every coordinator worth his salt, every interior lineman worth their salt, saw that, and it's going to be blood in the water. They're going to come at you hard. You're going to have to do some things to show, no, I had a bad day. It was a little hot, probably a touch of rubella. I don't know what it was. Put yourselves together quick. Mourn loss, cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. We got more work to do. That has been my time. I am Terradome. Thank you all for coming out. And remember, we walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you all.